Hello guys, this is Vysh. So today is day 11 of the revision series for 2022. So we were doing current affairs. We started with June 2021 and today we are doing April 2022. So it is the 11th month and it is taken from this pack 13 test series which we give to our students. So who have this have already revised it. The others who are watching this just in the free video format, you will get only 25 MCQs per day and the remaining you will have to enroll it. So if you are a serious aspirant for 2022, already exam is nearing. So you have to get the pack which is needed for you and you can enroll to it, and free 3 tests will be given. If you want to see samples of the full PDF how it will be, so you can email us at vyshupc@gmail.com. Okay, but after that you have to come and enroll to whichever pack you require. So subscribe to this channel if you are new to this channel. The first question: which of the following are false about State of World Population Report? It is released by World Bank in association with London Business School. It is released every 10 years. So who releases it and what is the frequency in which this report comes out? State of World Population Report. Every year, with the exception of I think 2019, 20 or something, reports were asked. Okay, every year reports is asked, and it will be sometimes very difficult also. Some reports which you have not heard, which is not very popular, which even India is not even ranked in those kind of reports and ranking, still they will ask it. So whatever comes in news, you have to prepare. So here the answer is both 1 and 2 because it's asking for false. Okay, both the statements are false. It is actually released by UN Population Fund. Okay, United Nations Population Fund, and it is published every year, annually. So it's not every 10 years. So remember this: State of World Population Report is by UN Population Fund every year. Remaining are the data of what was the outcome of the report and all that you can pause and see here. Mes Ainak historical site seen in news is located in Cambodia, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Indonesia. So these countries which are in and around the South Asian region or the Southeast Asian region, you can tell. So here, where is this historical site, Mes Ainak, which was in news? So all these countries are in news for various reasons. So here, this is in Afghanistan, okay, near to Kabul. So it is located in the Logar province, Baran region. And here, if you see, Taliban related a lot of demolition of statues and this Buddhist statues and remaining things happen. So in this context, this place historical site was also there in news. Okay, in Indian Express a detailed article has come where what are these Bamiyan Buddhas? Okay, and why did the Taliban destroy them? So this Bamiyan Buddhas is also one expected question which is also there in one of our MCQs. Okay, so whatever they destroyed the and what is its historical significance, like whether it's Bronze Age, Copper Age, all those things are mentioned here. Okay, all the discoveries in with the centuries are mentioned here. So pause this and read. Gangaur festival was seen in news recently. Which of the following are false? It is one of Andhra Pradesh's most important festivals. It recently got recognized by UNESCO. So UNESCO has a lot of things in cultural aspect, also in biosphere aspect. It has in endangered sites. It has, so UNESCO ranks a lot of things. And whenever Indian sites goes into it or Indian festivals goes into it, it is very very important for you. So Gangaur festival was in the news. So here again, two statement type question is always difficult. You cannot eliminate anything. You have to know both the statements. So here both are false. So answer is both 1 and 2. It's asking for false. So it is celebrated in Rajasthan and some parts of Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and West Bengal. So it is nothing related to Andhra Pradesh, and it has not got recognized by UNESCO. That was just a made-up statement. Okay, because UNESCO and UN related bodies are always in the statements in UPSC questions. So we also have made the statement like that. Okay, so there it's an important festival in Rajasthan. So here the women worship the Gauri, the wife of Lord Shiva, and however they celebrate. Okay, all those things. They have a march on the streets in different places in Kolkata, also in Rajasthan, also. So all those things. Okay, fasting, whatever they do, everything is mentioned here. Wagner Group has been in news. It relates to what? Okay, Wagner Group. USA's counterintelligence agency, European Union's spy network, Russian's private military company, or G20's Sherpa Association. So all these things, okay, it will have a name. So here Wagner Group is which of these? If you have been following Hindu newspaper or the Indian Express daily, this is a very easy, simple question because it came in news multiple times. So it is Russia's private military company. So here, the war with Ukraine is there, and it is, I think, for months it is there in the news. And so UPSC, I don't know, sometimes they tend to skip also. When some news is very popular, UPSC never even touches that topic because they know everybody will prepare and come. But still, you cannot take chance. You have to study it. Okay. So here Russia is using their private soldiers, private companies, everything what they can use. Okay, yesterday I showed you another MCQ where Russia has been blamed of using vacuum bomb. Okay, and previous day there was something else which it used. So there are all sorts of weaponization, all sorts of military groups which Russia is using, even Ukraine is using, and they are like fighting with each other. Okay, so what will happen at the end we can wait and see. Question number 5. Which of the following are true about positive pay system? It has been developed by the National Payments Corporation of India. The system is pending implementation due to protest from Indian Bank Association. The availing of this facility is at the account holder's discretion, but the banks can make it mandatory in certain cases. So first thing is you have to know what is positive pay system. It is there in news since last 3, 4, 5 years, and I myself have been making MCQ since that time. So this is like at least the 10th MCQ I'm making about a positive pay system. Okay, so I know it is in news. Veteran students should know. If you don't know this, then in the exam hall also don't simply take a risk. You can skip the questions. Okay, economics they won't ask you any number related one or any demand supply type thing. Okay, microeconomics they don't ask you. They ask things which are in news, like BHIM app they asked, UPI they asked, and that too very detailed question. Technicalities of that they have asked. Okay, so you have to know these things. So here, if you see the second one, system is pending implementation due to protest from Indian Bank. It is a made-up statement. Okay, it is implemented already. So that is why second statement is wrong. That at least that is what you have to know. Okay, positive pay system is implemented in India. If that you know, statement two you could have eliminated. Then one automatically becomes correct, and the third one is also correct. Okay, National Payment Corporation of India, which already developed many things for India's economic system. That is the same thing which developed this also. Okay, this is actually for verifying the check. Okay, high value check and all check truncation systems which we had in the past. So that and all will get replaced, and they will be helping to verify the checks. Okay, so from 1st January 2021, the system has been implemented to safeguard banks against any check frauds. Okay, so even though it is in the account holder's discretion, but the banks can make it mandatory in cases of checks that has values of 5 lakh and above. Okay, so these numbers are not important, but there is a provision of making it mandatory by the banks also. Okay. Question number 6. Pandemic Poverty and Inequality Evidence from India report was published by. So about poverty of India, there are multiple reports coming out by different international bodies, and some of them data is also not correct, and even our Ministry of External Affairs and our representatives at the UN has already raised concern that the reports are not correct. So here, what is this? Who publishes this report? World Bank, World Economic Forum, IMF, Oxfam. So pandemic, poverty, and inequality evidence from India report is published by IMF. Same like this, World Bank had released a report on poverty of India, and that also I have already covered in one of the previous episodes. Okay, so please watch every episode. Some students are watching only one episode and then giving a lot of appreciations, comments. That is all fine, but just for the sake of watching an episode, don't watch it. You have to watch it like a series so that you understand that many questions after the exam will be directly coming from here. Okay, so please watch every episode. So IMF is the one who does this, and IMF has praised Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. This is actually a positive report where it is told like more people have come out of extreme poverty, and we have this ration distribution, and many things have happened during the COVID time. Such a big country with such a big population, and still we have somehow managed it. Okay, when even small countries were suffering during the COVID time because of shortage of vaccine or shortage of food items, India have pulled it off. So that is why this is a very important achievement for India, and that is why IMF has also praised India. Question number 7. Which of the following are true about Global Wind Report 2022? It is published by UNFCCC in collaboration with World Bank. There has been increase in both onshore and offshore wind energy installations in 2021. So renewable energy, we have been doing a lot of things since 2014. So you would have seen the solar targets which we had. It was, I think, achieved within very like one third of the time in which we actually promised, and then we have doubled or tripled the target now. So that also we are going to achieve it. So in that way, wind, water, nuclear, everywhere, little bit progress is happening. So you have to know Global Wind Report tells whether there is an increase in these things and whether it is published by UNFCCC in collaboration with World Bank. So both of them are false. Okay, both of them are not true. So it is published by Global Wind Energy Council. Okay, GWEC. There is a body which is headquartered in Brussels, Belgium. So that is the one which publishes this report. Okay, so there has been a decline in onshore installation. Okay, so if you see, USA and China are the world's second largest, two largest wind market. So that's also GK for you. US and China are the world's two largest wind market. It's not India. Okay, so here we have a decline. There is a lot of offshore wind segment being installed, but onshore there is being a decline, okay, in 2021. So again, Russia-Ukraine crisis has shown the world that it is still dependent on import of fossil fuel. So people, everyone are now slowly making the renewable energy as priority. So in India, more than 1.4 gigawatt of wind was installed in 2021, exceeding the 1.1 gigawatt of installation during the previous year. So we are doing good, but we have to still do a lot to become the number one in the world. The title of Mahatma or Great Soul was given to a person, okay, in 1888 by another social activist, Vittal Rao Krishnaji Vandekar. So identify this person. Meaning this person, this Vittal Rao, has given a title of Mahatma or Great Soul to a person, okay, in 1888. So whether it is Gopal Krishna Gokhale or Gandhi or Dadabhai Naoroji or Jyoti Rao Phule. So first thing you should, if you at least know who had the title of Mahatma other than Mahatma Gandhi, then you could have easily solved it no matter who is the person or what is the year. You could have done it, okay. And if you know timeline of the people also, it will also help, because if that person is not even following this timeline, then that person cannot get it. So it's actually Jyotirao Phule. The birth anniversary was celebrated in the month of April. That is why in April current affairs it is put. So he was an anti-caste reformer and social activist who, along with his wife Savitribai Phule, worked for the upliftment of children and women. Already UPSC, I think, 2 times asked detailed question about Jyotirao Phule. Okay, I think last year also 2021 prelims also had a question on Jyotirao Phule. So it is very important, and all these are clearly given in your spectrum textbook and also in our test series. So if you do a good test series like Vysh IAS and follow basic books, you will easily clear the prelims. Okay, you just need 50 to 52 questions correct out of 100, and that is easily possible by following one good test series. Question number 9. Which of the following are true? West Bengal has longer coastline than Kerala. Gujarat has longer coastline than Andhra Pradesh. So first thing you should know which are the states which has coastline with the coastline kind of format in India, including or excluding the islands, Lakshadweep and Andaman, and then which is the longest one, which is the shortest one, and that order also, because only 5-6 states are there. Okay, so that you should know. So here if you see, 2 is correct. That is, Gujarat has longer coastline than Andhra Pradesh. Okay, imagine the map of Gujarat and imagine the map of Andhra Pradesh. Okay, Gujarat has longer coastline, but West Bengal has longer coastline. That is wrong. Okay, Kerala has a longer coastline than West Bengal, but it's not very like too much difference and all. If you see, this is 534 kilometer and Kerala is 592 kilometer. Tamil Nadu has very high 991 kilometer. Gujarat has 1600 kilometer. Puducherry is like very small, it's a union territory. Andhra is 975, so that is why Andhra is not Andhra is less than Gujarat. Okay, so second statement is true. And if you see, Maharashtra 720, Goa 160, Orissa 450. So from this you can find out like Puducherry will be the shortest. Okay, Lakshadweep is just having 130, and Andaman is 1900 kilometers. So this is kind of the longest one if you see. Okay, and Gujarat is 1600 kilometer. West Bengal is very low. Okay, many people misunderstand that. That is why this question has been formed. State Energy and Climate Index has been launched by. So in this lot of reports and indexes we are asking, because UPSC have a high chance of asking it, and in the month of April many of these were published. Okay, so State Energy and Climate Index was launched by WWF, that is Worldwide Fund, Niti Aayog, UNFCCC or UNEP. All are important bodies. So if any of these has published such a report, you were supposed to know. State Energy and Climate Index is reported by or launched by Niti Aayog. So it's a first of its kind index also. So when something comes for the first time, there is a high chance that UPSC can ask. Also in your mains exam and all, you can quote these kind of reports, State Energy and Climate Index by Niti Aayog, because that is valid. Okay, whenever you show like, okay, this report tells a particular thing, that is like a central government data. So you have to quote these things in your exams. Okay, so different ranking, like who are the top performance in large states and small states and UTs, everything is given here. That is a data oriented thing, not very important, but for mains you can quote it. Okay, for prelims, not very important. Megalithic stone jars discovered in this Dima Hasao located in which particular state? Gujarat, Karnataka, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so megalithic stone jars have been discovered in a particular site. So this site is what is the question? Dima Hasao. In history optional students, they will ask map question also. That time these kind of locations they ask you to mark. Okay, 50 marks of map question is there in mains question. So you have to know these things, make a note of it. So here it is Assam. Okay. So the some discovery has happened. So discovery has highlighted the possible links that date back to the 2nd millennium BC between Southeast Asia and Northeast region of India. Okay. So here again site name this Nuchu Bungalow. So like this, whatever place name comes, people name comes, make a table and like new discoveries and just put it. Okay, left side put all these names and right side put Assam. That is the only thing you need to know. Remaining all are extra information for your mains. In 2016 and 20, more sites have been discovered like this. So if you are new to this channel, make sure that you have watched the foundational videos. It is free of cost. It will, how much ever, if you, even if you are a student of any big coaching institute or you have been preparing for 5 years, 10 years, it doesn't matter. Still, there are many things which coaching institutes have taught you wrong. Okay, the way to approach, the way to study, the way to download question papers. There are many, many things which you still don't know, and I'm aware of it. That is why this series was made, and it was there in English. And recently, I asked our team to do it in Hindi also. So both are there. Okay, so please see to that you watch this. Without this, I am telling you, you will still struggle to clear the prelims. Okay, so don't waste your efforts in the wrong direction. This will help you filter the way you study and study only the important things. And after that only you can watch the lecture videos, which again are free of cost. Okay, R. Sharma, Satish, Chandra, Spectrum, Geography, NCERT, Daily Hindu Editorial. Now it's on halt. I will again continue it after June. Okay, then UPSC Economics is there. Polity is there, environment is there, art and culture, science and tech. Mains also, many playlists are there. So I can show you the thumbnails also. These are different thumbnails, and most of them where comments and support is there, it is continued. The others have been kept on halt. So based on your response, we will continue it. And the previous year questions, these 5 playlists, please make sure you watch it before June 5 if you are giving prelims, because direct question will repeat. Okay, direct question always repeats from the previous year paper. So please watch it. Fulbright Nehru program seen in news related to India and which country? Okay, so there's something called Fulbright Nehru program. So Nehru, you know, obviously it is India. So this Fulbright, a person, is related to which country? Germany, USA, Russia, Africa. So it is USA. So this was designed for Indian students for getting a master's degree and all in selected universities in the USA. You know, because many people go to study there in USA, in UK, in different parts of Europe and that side, northwest side. So we had lot of programs since the time of Nehru. Okay, so now again we have India USA Education and Skills Development Working Group being formed, and the contributions of Fulbright Nehru program were also discussed and highlighted. Okay, so we had a historical ties for that, and now again we are going to strengthen in the field of education so that many more Indians can go and study there in USA. Okay, which of the following are true? United Nations Capital Development Fund UNCDF and the Arbor Day Foundation has recently recognized Hyderabad and Mumbai jointly as 2021 Tree City of the World. The recognition is one due to commitment of cities in maintaining and growing greenery and urban trees so as to build resilient, healthy and happy cities. So this I have taken directly from last year's question paper. Okay, because this year obviously every year this tree city will be declared. So last year one of the city got tree city from India, and that is why this question was formed. So the statements ditto I have taken from UPSC question paper 2021, because that time it was 2020's news, now it is 2021's news. So whether India has again got recognized as tree city. Okay, so never leave it. Okay, when one current affair gets over, don't think UPSC will not ask you again, because this kind of thing annually again and again they'll declare. Now 2022 another tree city will be declared. So we have no idea whether Indian city will get it or not. So you have to know this. So here if you see, the same thing was asked. So again the first statement is wrong, because it is not this particular capital development fund and all. That is a made up thing. It is this FAO, UN FAO along with Arbor Day Foundation. That is why in last year UPSC, that time UPSC's answer also first statement was wrong. Okay, and last time Hyderabad was the city. Hyderabad was the tree city 2020 city. This year both Hyderabad and Mumbai jointly has got it. That means what? First time Mumbai has been made to the list, but Hyderabad has been featuring on the list for the second consecutive year. Okay, so it's a continuation of last year's current affair. Okay, 2020 tree city of the world, 2021 tree cities of the world. Okay, so all the details of this tree city of the world tag, their program, their complete program, what is their aim, and they are showing dedication to urban forest, and 5 core standards has to be met so that you get this recognition. And here all that 5 standards are mentioned here. Okay, like you have to have assessment, you have to have urban forestry, you have to have a proper annual budget moved for that, official policy should be there, you would have organized annual celebration of trees, like this. All these things if you do, then only from the world selected cities are selected, okay, by the FAO and Arbor Foundation. India recently got elected to which of the following UN ECOSOC bodies? Okay, so ECOSOC, Economic and Social Council, that's also a very important body. In our revision chart and snippet cards, I'll give you a lot of information about it. So the Committee on Economic, Social and Cultural Right, the Commission for Social Development, the Committee on Non-Governmental Organization, the Commission on Science and Technology for Development. So first thing is you should know whether these 4 belong to this body alone, or whether these are coming under UNESCO or maybe under UNICEF. Okay, so it is a very hard current affair. You have to know the static part of these bodies. So here, if you knew the news item, it is a very easy thing because India actually got elected to all the four bodies under the UN ECOSOC. Okay, the four bodies to which India got elected are these four. So what this is there, like how many members are there, what they do, what is their headquarters, all these things are mentioned here. Okay, the only thing you have to know is all these four bodies come under United Nations ECOSOC, and India has been elected to all the four this year. Okay. Question number 15. Black Sea Biosphere Reserve is located in. So biosphere reserves, as I told, protected areas, always 1 to 2 questions will be there, including map question. So here, this is in news now. Okay, so it is located in Ukraine, Georgia, Turkey, and Romania. So first thing is if Black Sea bordering countries, if you know. Okay, so all these four will be there. Okay, so you have to know, other than this four, two more are there which are bordering the Black Sea. So that will become again difficult for you. Okay, when all the four are Black Sea bordering countries, it becomes difficult for you. So here, why it is in news? That point, if you knew, okay, because of the war, this biosphere is also got affected. Okay, I think some part of it is destroyed or something. So that is why it is in Ukraine. Okay, Ukraine and Russia war is going on, and so the details of that, like when it was established, what birds and animals are there, what is the endangered species, all these things are mentioned here. But the news item is that the river reserve was damaged during the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Okay. So it is included in the World Network of Biosphere Reserves also, and also in the Ramsar site also. So it's a very important reserve, the Black Sea Biosphere Reserve, which is in Ukraine. Now this Minvax vaccine for COVID seen in news is unique because, okay, it's unique for some reason. First is it is India's first mRNA vaccine. It will not need refrigeration or cold storage. It is a nasal vaccine. It has to be taken in multiple doses ranging from 6 to 12. So for all these, actually there is a name, there is a type of vaccine already in progress. One mRNA vaccine is there, one is there which don't need refrigeration, one nasal vaccine is there, everything is happening. So the names of it you have to know. Okay, find out now, Google it, and then against it write those names and make a table. Okay, because UPSC can ask any of it. So here this Minvax vaccine, it is actually the one which will not need refrigeration or cold storage. Okay, because most of the vaccines from USA and all, we are not able to import it here because we don't have that much cold storage and refrigeration facilities. Okay, so here we have made something, okay, which is called the warm vaccine, developed by a Bangalore based laboratory, this Minvax laboratory, that is incubated at the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. So that has made this thing so that we can store it outside also without the cold storage chain. Okay, so vaccine against COVID-19 is being developed that doesn't need refrigeration or stored in storage. Okay, cold chain storage. So all the basic details are here. You can go through it. The term under recoveries keep appearing in news related to. Okay, so oil bonds, NPA crisis, COVID surge, demonetization. So the general word, if you say recoveries, can fit to all these four. That is why again it can be difficult if you did not study it or did not hear it. But it's a very, very important news, especially in today's context. And it's there since many years. It is there in news since the time of Congress government. It is there. So you will be knowing it. It is oil bonds. Okay. So what is oil bond and all these explanations we are given here. Okay. It's like kind of promissory note. During that time, instead of using the budget amount and all, this Congress government used to make issue bonds. Okay. So what happens is because of that, the price in international market of oil, whatever it is, okay, in India, you will always get it at correct 70 rupees, 60 rupees, 80 rupees, whatever it is, you will get it the same cost. So people will not feel the pressure. But the government debt became so much high because of these bonds, and now this government has to repay it. So that thing, okay, along with that, the oil bond repaying, that is where under recovery term comes into news. Okay, all these bonds are issued mainly from 2005 to 2010. So around lakhs of crores of rupees were raised, and now it is this government's responsibility. And if this government doesn't do, it is the future government's responsibility to again repay all these things. Okay, that is why now whatever happens, we have no option to reduce the cost of petrol. One option is you can put it under GST, which again the central and state will not do. Both of them will be looking for the huge revenue which comes out of this petrol. And at least this bonds, if it gets over, then maybe something new can be done. Okay, but this was a very bad decision that time, just to please the people. This thing was done. So now again, this if it's not completed, you will face lot of high cost for the petrol and diesel in future also. So full details are here. Okay, my students can read it. More notes are there in many other tests also. So which are the following are true? India is world's largest wheat producing nation. Then in 2020-21, Bangladesh is the biggest importer of Indian wheat. So wheat producing nation, India is the world's largest. If you knew GK current affair, you will know it is false. Okay, so that is wrong. And in 2020-21, Bangladesh is the biggest importer of Indian wheat. That is true. And in what context you have asked this is because Egypt, the world's largest importer of wheat from Ukraine and Russia, has given approval to India as one of its wheat suppliers. Okay, so in this war situation, India is benefiting in a way. Okay, it can be one of the wheat supplier to this place, and that is why that agreement has happened. This much tons will be done. So even official visit has been happened in the states where the wheat is there. So because of that, this is asked. Okay, and the world's largest producer is not India; it is China. Okay, most of the things, if you see wherever India is second, the first will be mostly by China only. Okay, not any other country. And if you see top 10 Indian wheat importing countries, okay, it is Bangladesh, Nepal, UAE, Sri Lanka, Yemen, Afghanistan. So everything not important, but Bangladesh and Nepal are the highest who import wheat from India in 2020-21. Now this Shinku La Pass, okay, seen in news connects. This La and Pass is actually both are the same only. La means pass only. So the Shinku Pass or Shinku La, seen in news connects what? Sikkim to West Bengal, Tawang to Assam, Himachal Pradesh to Ladakh, Uttarakhand to Nepal. So lot of, again, in the Himalayan region, lot of infrastructure is being developed in both the Pakistan side also, China side also. So that is why whenever a new tunnel comes, or a highest tunnel, highest railway, or something over the river, longest bridge, something comes, you have to know the names and detailing of it. So here it is Himachal Pradesh to Ladakh. Okay, the world's highest tunnel will be constructed by this Border Roads Organization at Shinku La Pass at 16,000 feet. Okay, so that's the world's highest tunnel connecting Himachal Pradesh to Ladakh. Whenever I'm reading this, imagine in the map also where it is. Okay, then you will never forget it. So the construction of this tunnel by this BRO will begin by July 2022. Okay, this tunnel will be connecting Ladakh's Zanskar Valley to the Himachal Pradesh. So Ladakh and Himachal, and this valley is in Ladakh. And Project Yojak has been set up by the central government to execute this ambitious project. So that also UPSC can ask. Project Yojak is related to what? So by 2025 they'll connect it. And here this places, okay, Shinkula and this Lakhang is the areas where it will connect. So the economy that area will be boosted. Question number 20. Which of the following are false? Pneumonia is a lung infection that is caused due to viral, bacterial or fungal infection. In India, childhood pneumonia still remains a health threat to the children who are aged below 5 years, contributing to 85% of the nation's under 5 death. So pneumonia, basic information, because of COVID, actually, people have started forgetting about malaria, dengue, chikungunya. There are many diseases which are still causing a lot of death. Okay, among children also, adult also. So you should not forget all these things. From this also questions can come. So two statement question, you have to know both the statements, and here answer is 2. That is, which of the following are false they are asking. So first one is true. That is, pneumonia is a lung infection that is caused due to viral, bacterial or fungal infection is a true statement. Okay. And second one, if you see, this is a very exaggerated number. 85% and all death doesn't happen. Around 15% of the nation's under 5 death is due to pneumonia. Okay, because there are many other reasons also by which children will be dying. So that common sense, if you apply, you can eliminate that. Okay, so now this some SARS campaign is there, social awareness and action to neutralize pneumonia successfully, launched by Karnataka. So because of that campaign, this pneumonia is again in news. Okay, like this, many states are doing. For HIV/AIDS, there is a program. For pneumonia, there is a program. Malaria, there is a program. So everything, when it is in news, you have to know. Which of the following are true about legal entity identifier? This also, since many years, it is in news. So it is a 13-digit number that is used to uniquely identify financial transaction parties all over the world. The LEI was conceived as a key measure with the aim of improving the accuracy and quality of financial data systems for the purpose of better managing risk post the global financial crisis. So it is for something improving the financial data system that you would have understood. Okay, but whether it's a 13-digit number and whether it is for all across the world, this kind of basic information is what you have to know. So again, two statement type question. Here the answer is 2 only, because it's not a 13-digit number. It's a 20-digit, I think, alphanumeric kind of code. Okay. That again, many more MCQs are there in my science and tech, and all of this thing is already covered. So if you are a regular student of Vysh IAS, these are very simple questions. Okay. Now some guidelines have been extended by the RBI for all the urban banks and the NBFCs. Everywhere this LEI related guidelines have been extended. That is why it is in news. Okay, since as I told, for 5 years it is in news. Now again it is in news because it's extended to more people. Auxiliary barge seen in news refers to, okay, naval ships supporting the combatant ships, primary combatant vessels of a navy, primary air force lineup, air force planes designed for medical assistance. So auxiliary barge, where do you see in news, or what is it referring to? First thing, you have to know whether it's navy or air force. Then two options will go away. Then after that, then again you have to see whether it's a primary one or the supporting one. So it is naval ships supporting combatant ships. Okay. Purpose of operating in the support of all the combatant ship. So they are not the primary combatant vessels of a navy. Okay. So now if you see this Urja Pravaha, the Indian Coast Guard ship, which is an auxiliary barge, has been inducted into the Indian Coast Guard at Gujarat. Okay, so that is the reason. One of the auxiliary barges has been inducted, and that is why it arrived in question also, and it is in news. So, like this, only small terms you study, and this becomes a static topic also now. In future, any year, if they ask, you have to know what is an auxiliary barge. Question 23. Cooperation on Global Center for Nuclear Energy Partnership (GCNEP) is signed between India and which country? Okay, Russia, UK, Kazakhstan, Australia. Earlier, 5-10 years back, UPSC never used to bother about these kind of agreements and partnerships and all, but now repeatedly they are asking, okay, some agreement, something, because every country like India, if it is with Australia or Israel, they will have different naming for different agreements. So UPSC is expecting you to by heart that name also now. Okay, at least in the last 12 months, what happened before your prelims. So Global Center for Nuclear Energy Partnership is signed between India and UK. Okay. So here MOU is signed, global innovation partnership is also there between India and this thing. And some questions before I showed you India and USA is signing something for education. So like this, we are going on signing agreements, and most of the things other than UPSC aspirants, I think the remaining population of the country never even comes to know. Okay, many developments happen nationally and internationally. So it is your responsibility also to tell others like what and all is happening in the country. So Trade and Technology Council was seen in news in context of India and. So again, a council, Trade and Technology Council, was seen in news in context of India and whether it's USA, South Africa, European Union or Australia. So this is with European Union. So European Union and India has agreed to establish a Trade and Technology Council with the aim of addressing the challenges to ensure security and trusted technology, keeping in line with the rapid geopolitical changes. Okay, meaning across the world, everyone, the partners, everything is changing. So a new Trade and Technology Council, India and EU, is trying to set up. Okay, so it's a first for India with any of its partner nations. Last question. Based on military spending, which of the following is the correct order? Okay, high to low, meaning who spends the most and who spends the least. So this in our community tab also I posted. That time I think everybody gave correct answer only, meaning most of them. So Russia, China, UK, India, USA, or China. If you see the first rank itself is given different. So here is Russia, here is China, here USA, here India. So at least if you know the rank one, who spends the most in military, you can do the correct answer for this. Or India's position you should know. Here India is in 4th, here India is in 5th, here in 3rd, and here is in 1st. So if you know India around which rank it is, then also you can solve it. So India is in the 3rd thing. India is the world's 3rd highest military spender behind USA and China. Okay, even though Russia is in war and all these things, Russia is the last. Okay, military spending. Okay, because India imports a lot of things, China imports a lot of things, USA also does. So all these people are into it. Okay, so make some mnemonic if you want. UCIUR. Okay, here you see and here you are, and between India is there. Okay, so that will be the percentage wise ranking. So your comment will help us understand that you are participating, and more MCQs we can do for you. Try to find out more things, and all these things. Okay, NCERTs are from where questions can come, spectrum question can come. Our revision charts, definitely 2-3 questions will come every year, and this current affair also definitely will come. So these are important tests. If you are still thinking or you are doubtful like what to do and all, then after the exam maybe you will regret. Okay, next year you can starting onwards enroll all these things, the first pack itself. But this year if you are giving your prelims, make sure you study from the right source and clear this time itself. Okay, and to support us, please hit subscribe. Without your subscription we cannot proceed with free content. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day.